I can set that up. All right, we should be live. I'm just waiting for us to show up. And name tonight's show Spooky Season Starts. We're just one day ahead, right?
It's my favorite time of year.
It is the best time of year.
It's the most wonderful... Oh, sorry, that's the other one.
I like it because I don't have to buy gifts for people. I just have to spend like $8 on a couple bags of candy.
Yeah.
You know, and then costumes, technically, you don't have to spend that much. I mean, if you go all out on a costume, it's what, $50?
Even then, like, even if you just... you can go all out in a costume by just going to Savers.
Seriously. All right. Where would you like me to share the YouTube link? Twitter DM?
No, the YouTube link we don't need because people just get notified. But we need the live stream for Twitter when StreamYard goes live.
All right. Well, I just sent you the YouTube just in case someone prefers YouTube.
Okay.
But I'm going to get that on Twitter right now. For all the twits. I feel like nobody watches us on Twitter, though.
I like just having it there.
Would you say we're a comedy? Yeah, we're comedy.
I hope so.
Where are most of the watchers from?
You mean all two of them? That we can name by name?
England? They watch for
Oh, you mean
30
by
seconds.
like which platform? Probably.
Telemundo, Kevin, Stapleface here. My happy
There they
family.
are. Hello, friends.
Honestly, it wouldn't be a live stream without you two.
Hello, friends.
Oh, here it is, under comments. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where this small hand came from.
It's been here a while.
Has it been here?
Because every time
It
I
just
see
appeared
I
on
play
my
with it.
desk. Yeah.
You got that for me, didn't you?
Did I?
Yeah. It's in there. Well,
What
why
is
can't I
happening?
just...
That's the wrong... I don't like that Google mixes up your accounts now. And you have to pick which account you want to log into. Like, I just want to log into all of them, you fucking dicks. I'm on your shitty platform. You should know it's me by now. I only log in from the same, 3 IP addresses. What is your least favorite RME? I don't know what an RME is. I'm sorry. I'm not super smart.
Is that MRE?
My least favorite MRE? Oh, hands down, vegetable omelet. It is...
Vegetable omelet, no.
It is the peak of disgusting. There is no redeeming qualities to that disgusting pile of shit. If someone were to say you have to choose between death, like starving today and possibly dying, or eating the vegetable omelet, I would strongly consider death. I would probably pour Tabasco sauce on it and eat it, but it would be sitting in that MRE heater for a week before I touched it. So for those of you who don't know, an MRE heater is a plastic bag with a magnesium pouch in it. And you put your MRE inside the bag and then pour water in there. And it heats up the foil pouch and makes your food hot. I don't know anyone who used it for its intended purpose. We either used it to warm ourselves up if it was cold out, or we used it to make explosives.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so what you do is you take the pouch and you put it inside of a water bottle, or remember when you could get those wide mouth the big ones from Pepsi when they made the wide mouth 1 liter bottles?
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
So we would stuff it in there and then pour water in it, and then put the cap on real tight and then throw it as far as we could, because there would be shrapnel. And that thing would blow up and make the loudest noise, and it was amazing. But anyway, I digress. So, yeah, most of the things you would just eat cold because you didn't have the patience to heat it up. But if you tried to eat the cheese and veggie omelet not heated up, it was like rubber vomit.
Rubber
It
Ew.
smelled
Okay.
unpalatable, it looked
'cause of the
unpalatable,
egg.
and tasted unpalatable. Kyle's here. What's going on, Kyle? Tiff is here as well. I'm very excited. We're getting ready.
Hey, Maynard's here. Wow.
Maynard's here.
Wow, Maynard's here? Oh.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
And Pemmy the cat is here as well. I don't know if she's going to make an appearance, though.
Yeah, she's trying to get out, actually.
Pemmy, come here, sweetheart. Come on, girl. Come on, say hello to the people. She always looks at me like, go fuck yourself. I'm not ready to
She
pick you
really
up.
does.
She's like,
She's
"What
like,
are
I'm
you-
out of here.
are you fucking
Open this
crazy?
door.
You can't pick me up.
Ain't no picking me up.
I'm not here for this.
Oh, yeah, she's like, get me the hell out.
This cat only likes me when you guys go on vacation and I have to feed her.
She's like, I guess you're useful. Come on, Bubba.
Spooky season is upon us.
Spooky time. Spooky, scary skeletons.
Oh, the dancing skeleton.
I love those.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna tell. This is just inside baseball for you folks who tuned in early. We're gonna tell some scary stories tonight.
Mostly you're going to tell scary stories because we're bad at research.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not great at it either, but I really do like to destroy my brain with scary stuff. And so we're gonna talk about some things.
Like that.
Yeah. And Netflix has basically picked all of the topics I know the most about and decided to make movies about them.
You're like, what? Something scary. Here we go. Boom.
You're breaking that out early tonight. Normally we don't get that until a little bit later in the show.
Oh, we're just going to have it. You might have a couple of those too.
So,
Waking us up.
that was right in my ear, dude.
I get
That was brutal.
well, I mean, it's in your headphones, so.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, maybe it might be a bit loud. Sorry, I think I'd be there. How's this? A little better? A little subdued?
That's much better. Okay.
I forgot about my two little built-in soundboards with this thing. We don't do this enough, but I got my phone up here because we get sound up here
Sarge
too.
says hi. Look at my new mug, you gang.
Oh,
We just
neat
get
enough.
sound
Very
everywhere.
cool. No Face Charlie, the Green Man. The Green Man? You mean Charlie Day?
Yeah, he's Green Man.
That's true.
Remember the episode Green Man?
All right, for those of you who aren't familiar with the way this thing works, we act like
I can
weirdos
hear that
before
pour.
the show starts, and then we go
That's a good
live.
pour.
Yeah, so we're just here to just
I'm sure there's been a ghost blowy scene since Ghostbusters, but I don't think any has featured Dan Aykroyd.
no.
So
He remains the only movie character ever to get a blowy from a ghost.
I mean, if you were to ask me, I feel like Dan Aykroyd's blowy scene, get the fuck out. Because, I don't feel like I'm ever going to get turned on by a ghost giving a blowjob. So if I'm going to enjoy it, you better have an A-lister in there. Anyway. All right, so are we going to put on the music and go live? On the Twitter?
Yeah, all right. So let's
Have we done the StreamYard one on YouTube?
Oh wow, you're just crossing
I'm
off.
just throwing all
You're just
kinds of
crossing the
fucking
streams
questions at
now.
you.
Speaking of Ghostbusters,
I'm just causing all kinds of problems. Don't look directly into the trap.
I DM'd you the link for the live stream on Twitter.
Okay.
I don't know if you've tweeted that yet.
I'm gonna Twitter it.
Yeah,
right
why don't you
now.
Twitter that before we get going?
That sounds like a plan. Let's do that. Oh look, Maynard sent a link.
Yeah, I tweeted it as well, but my description just says, "Hey yo, come join us." People are like, why should I come join you?
Because you're our friends and we love you.
Yeah. It says I have 10 impressions and no one's watching, so 10 of you just ignored this, assholes.
Ouch. That's brutal.
I don't know which 10 of you it was. It wasn't anybody listening, obviously, so.
All right,
Jeez.
let's do the song.
I got some new music for us
Oh,
tonight.
no.
I'm very excited about the new music. You
All right,
guys,
the
dance
only
with
thing
us.
is I have to kill your just don't say anything into the microphone while I play it.
Okay.
Okay, we're going silent. Are you still silent? said not to speak into your mic, Saj. I can hear you. They can hear me.
Hi, everybody. Sorry.
That's okay.
Hi, Cheryl.
This is just the part. I don't even know why we're doing this. We can just,
Just joking.
Well, I'm going to play the intro song, though. This,
Yeah, we have to do the intro song.
I just really wanted to play this song. That's
I
all I
love this
wanted to
song.
do. I suppose I can take this off so you can see us laughing. All right. I love this scene in Scarface.
Hey, Cheryl's here.
Scarface.
Hey, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
I heard a rumor that a small blonde child is watching from one of our friends on Twitter.
Small blonde child.
Yes. Oh, Midas Brian is a new friend from TikTok. We like him. He's from here. He's one of us.
He's from Massachusetts?
Yeah, follow his TikTok channel. It's awesome. He does a lot of cool political breakdowns. He's good.
I'm down with that.
His accent is so much cooler than mine is too. He's got the tough I've probably beat up a couple of people that knew Whitey Bulger accent.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fuckers. All right. Now we're going to play the intro, so just until I point at you.
Okay.
Oh, God.
And guys, this is all behind the scenes, so this is really just for people who are listening after the fact, so you get the joy of seeing how this all goes down.
The Citizen's Guide to the Supernormal.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. Welcome to the Citizen's Guide to the Supernormal. We are a podcast / live stream dedicated to the weird, the unexplained, and all things sticky, stupid, and uncomfortable. Like your neighbor's moving out and an army of cockroaches moving in.
Yeah, that would be all three of those.
Or being Marjorie Taylor Greene's divorce attorney.
Ugh.
Oh, that was exciting news this week.
It was exciting news.
I enjoyed. You shouldn't enjoy that kind of stuff, but I did.
We try not to get too political on this show, but after a couple of bowls of loudmouth soup, I can't help myself. But
But in the divorce, so that can be kind of tricky because who gets the Peachtree dishes? That's a tough one.
he must be a little
What
concerned.
about the gazpacho?
He might be a little concerned that she's going to bring the space laser down on him.
Yes.
Have you guys seen her do a pull-up?
A what now?
I saw this video a while back when COVID was real bad and Marjorie Taylor Greene was trying to say that, our muscles would stop it. She did these pull-ups and it was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. It didn't so much look like she was doing a pull-up as she was trying to lift herself out of crocodile-infested water. Like her whole body.
Oh, with her whole body
yeah.
moving? Yeah.
She looked like she had brain problems.
Yes.
Oh, she does.
Women
Yeah.
can't usually do pull-ups very well. It's
I
not
mean,
like
I've seen
I mean,
some
some
badass
can, but-
women doing pull-ups, but Marjorie Taylor Greene does pull-ups like
Yeah.
I did pull-ups in 8th grade. Like no form, no function, no rhyme or reason to the directions my limbs were moving. The only thing that was certain is I was doing it wrong.
Yeah, you were just doing your best just to get your chin to the bar and just get out of that class.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just wanted to get out of there. It was a nightmare. All right, so anyway, we promised scary stories.
That was freaking scary.
That was scary. Can you imagine? No, I don't even want to say it. I don't want to say it because I don't want to dream about this. I don't want to give myself a nightmare later on. So I'm not going to talk about the things that have happened in her bedroom. I'm not going to do it. Actually, when she takes off her pants, that's the sound I imagined hearing. I believe her nethers have a haunted house vibe.
Oh, dear.
Like spiders and bats come out.
In an eerie wind.
A whistling wind, like in a Clint Eastwood movie, like a tumbleweed rolls by.
I think so. That's about right.
Okay, well, there's my nightmare for the night, so I'm excited about that. That's cool. Staple Face says she looks like a foot. She does.
Classic.
I'm not judging anyone's pull-up game. No, I mean, I'm not either. I can't do pull-ups to save my life, but I also don't film myself not doing pull-ups, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I'm out there definitely. No, can't do it.
All right, so everyone I feel like needs an escape from the horrors of true life. So I thought we'd talk about some scary stories. We don't know if they're true or not. You know, people assume that they're true. That's me. That's me most of the time. You weren't far off. You guys probably saw that TikTok video of me about raccoons. They're plotting. I'm fucking telling you. And Maynard's house is their headquarters.
Yeah, I haven't
they're
seen.
so cute. I need to feed them. I mean,
Yeah, until they steal your
Right.
mail, and then you got 17 Lauras running around trying to overthrow the government.
I mean, do they pay the bills if they steal your mail? I could be down with that.
I'd be okay with
dependents.
that,
I think
too.
they're dependents under
That's
these new
true.
laws. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So I've noticed a trend on Netflix that they've started attacking subjects that things that like I privately geeked out about when no one was looking, and then I started a podcast about them.
Yes.
So we gotta talk about Dahmer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We gotta talk about Jeffrey.
We have you started watching it?
I have. I've watched a lot of it. So I wasn't going to, because I don't really like dramatized versions of serial killer stories. Because I feel like most of the time they glorify the serial killer in a way that makes me hate the person who wrote it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this person is not someone to be admired. I mean, I kind of feel like they did a fairly good job with the Ted Bundy one.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I don't know, had a crazy name. It was a name crazier than like incredibly loud and dangerously close. It was like super bad dude.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
poopy head or something. It was a really long, stupid name that I'm never going to remember. But Zac Efron, who I hated when he was younger, but I think it was just because his face was everywhere. Like, I didn't have a real problem with it. I don't know anything about the guy. But I couldn't stand him when he was younger because I hated that whole like Disney movie thing.
High School Musical.
High School
or-
Musical. And all the other stuff that Seth Rogen movie.
Did
that
he
I
play
apparently
Ted
was good.
Bundy?
He did.
Yeah.
He did a phenomenal job.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the whole reason I bring it up is because he was just completely irredeemable. Like, you could just tell that Ted Bundy was a garbage human being just by watching this movie.
Wow.
And they got some elements of the story wrong, but I mean, you got to do that when you're making a movie. You got to make it more interesting for people. They left out some stuff that was really fascinating about Ted Bundy that made him, like, not only a terrible person, but unfortunately a hero to incels.
God.
He did this one thing. I'm obviously I don't admire serial killers. I don't want people to think that. Oh, extremely wicked, shockingly evil and vile. Thank you, Kevin. I'm never gonna.
That's the
remember
name
that,
of it?
but I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. It's because that's how the judge described him. I
Oh.
think.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So anyway,
Okay.
there's this one thing that Ted Bundy did, and as terrible as it is, it does like, I do picture those pixelated glasses falling down on his face
Yeah.
when he did this. So he was dating
Thug
this
life.
woman, yeah, and he absolutely loved this woman, and he's kind of a bum, and so she broke up with him. She just wasn't into him because he wasn't doing anything with his life, and so he started going to law school. And he like portrayed this image of himself doing really, really well. And the two of them reconnected and they got back together. And he asked her to marry him and she said yes. And then like a couple months later, he just totally ghosted her. And then when she contacted him, it's like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He just like pretended he didn't know her.
The ultimate ghost.
Yeah. And as horrible as that is, and as like as bad as I feel for this woman because he toyed with her emotions at the same time, I was like, that is like peak revenge right there. Like, you really have to be a cold son of a bitch to do it, but I still kind of see the pixelated glasses falling down on his face for that. You know, like, it's a terrible thing to do to somebody. Don't get me wrong. I'm not condoning it. If your average Joe did it, I'd be like, you're a piece of shit. But because Ted Bundy did it, it was like, okay, that tracks.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very on
yeah.
brand for you. Plus,
On brand,
he
that's
was
perfect,
he was a
yeah.
Republican as well. So he was like a sociopath Republican before it was cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was the OG.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong, because serial killers, we have a bad one on our end too. John Wayne Gacy was a very proud Democrat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't think when it comes to serial killers, political
Yeah.
parties really matter.
Really doesn't. I mean, he wasn't. In the worst part was he wasn't like back when the Democrats were evil and wanted slavery and shit. He was like a '70s, '80s Democrat.
Uh-huh.
Just a terrible human being all around. So, anyway, I've gone off on a tangent, but that movie is a good serial killer movie. And then I didn't want to watch Dahmer. I was like, this is probably stupid. It's probably going to be like super weird and over the top, like everything else Ryan Murphy ever does. And then I kept hearing about it from people I work with, people on the internet, and I was like, all right, I got to check this out. And I know there's a lot of backlash because people hate it, but they did a really good job making you not feel that bad for Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, they cover the story from a very objective point of view, I think. I don't think they glorify him at all. They make him seem like even more disgusting and pathetic than he really was.
Yeah, we've only watched 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 3 or 4. Yeah.
But even already into it, you can see that they try to portray him as a normal person, which he was, but he's just completely like detached from the complete psychotic part.
Yeah. I mean, if there's one serial killer that anyone can have empathy for while still hating them, I think Jeffrey Dahmer probably.
Well, yeah,
fits
because
that
they try to show things that may have, because his parents were completely fucked too.
Yeah.
Like that show what made him who
May
he
have
was.
influenced
Yeah,
him.
yeah. His mom just did not give a shit about him, and his dad tried to bond with him over taxidermy, and I don't think that ever works. I feel
Yeah,
like
and
that's
then,
probably
like-
the wrong.
That's a different road to
ahead.
take. Yeah.
Filleting fish and all that, like the
Yeah.
whole. Yeah, it was just,
Yeah,
just.
it's not a good look for anybody. Really.
No, he
You
was
know?
a disgusting human being, and but he had a part of him that I won't say felt bad about what he did, but was more just like, yeah, this is wrong, but I'm going to do it anyway. And
I also kind of like how they started out with him getting caught.
yes, yep.
Like, and I hear the I hear.
I
the
never really
story
knew
and,
that
like,
happened.
Oh, really?
I mean, I knew that somebody escaped, and
Oh, okay,
I knew that
okay.
somebody escaped, and that's how he got busted. But
Because if I remember correctly, it was them opening the fridge is when they really like it
yeah,
came to light.
yeah.
Can you imagine being that cop?
Oh God.
You like open the fridge up and you're looking in, and you're like, lemon, pickle. Is that a butthole?
Well, because they saw the pictures too, the Polaroids he took of the victim, and then they're like, well, "What are these ones?" Like, that's him.
Or actually, they're probably more like, that is a jar of buttholes. There's a jar. Tim, I think he's a jar of buttholes, and we should probably.
He's
Put
like, "Hey,
cuffs
you
on
know
him.
what? That 50-gallon drum in his bedroom seems a little weird now.
That does not smell
Do
well.
you think we should?" And it smells weird in here. We're gonna open that, aren't we? Oh, God.
Yeah. Cheryl, yes, I did know. So she's talking about Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy did work on the suicide hotline next to the woman who later became famous for writing a book about him, and now she's a famous true crime author.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
she wrote a great book about Ted Bundy, but honestly, I think her best work was the book she wrote about the Green River Killer. What's his name? Fucking. I always get this wrong. It's I think it's just because like he's so unremarkable in almost every way. The Green River Killer was. No one help me. Gary Ridgway. Nailed it. He's a terrible human being too.
Damn it, Boomer's here, and she's correct. People are outraged over the show,
they're outraged, and
but
I
it's
can
pretty
totally,
on point. Like it's
Yeah, but I can also understand the outrage. I mean, if my brother was brutally slaughtered by this goddamn animal, I don't know that I'd be okay with them making a show about it either.
No, of course.
Especially if I'm not getting any money for it. Like, No
then
warning,
again-
no money, and they're depicting people that it actually happened to who are still alive. So I can understand that side of things.
Yeah, I can understand that side of things, but also too, and I'm sure people would definitely disagree with me on this. It's part of our history. It's part of American history.
It's a story
That's
to be
exactly
told.
it.
It's like
It's a unique part of American history because nowhere else in the world really has the serial killers we do. I mean, Russia is the next closest country.
God, a Russian serial killer.
They
That's like
are-
that's nightmares right there.
They are exactly as bad as you think.
Yeah.
There was a great movie about one of the worst Russian serial killers ever. His name was Andrei Chikatilo. I don't remember the name of the movie off the top of my head, but it had Donald Sutherland in it and the guy from The Crying Game. You know what I'm talking about? The guy who gets in the shower and washes himself after he found out he slept with a... kind of an overreaction, honestly.
Ace Ventura was more of an overreaction, but
Yeah, no, I'll agree with that. I don't remember the guy's name, but it had Donald Sutherland in it. It was it was called like Citizen something, but it was really good. Anyway, the reason I bring it up is that Russian serial killers are on a whole nother level.
yeah, no, I'm sure.
Plus, they got away with it most of the time. You know, they wound up killing 50-something people because the Russian police were fucking useless. And even though America had gotten to a point where they were really good at catching serial killers, they wouldn't come to us. They wouldn't ask us for help.
No.
They would say serial killers are a Western problem. And we're like, maybe it's a nuclear power problem.
I mean, I think they have the same problems as anybody, but they don't admit that they have problems. Cause
Yeah. Actually, I think they probably have worse problems because
Yeah.
I have heard more stories of modern cannibalism out of Russia than I
Ew.
did out of 1860s Donner Party era America.
Gross.
Don't quote me on that number. I don't know if it's... No, Citizen Kane. No, it's not Citizen Kane, you silly goose.
Citizen Kane.
And I get that they're outraged. I agree. It is a historic thing, though, to Laura's point, and it's something that people are interested in, and they want to know more about it. I just think, whether the families wanted it or not, I think that Ryan Murphy should have just cut him a check and been like, here, sorry for this disgusting
Yeah.
thing you have to deal with. I apologize. Here's a shit ton of money. Kind of like that scene in Tommy Boy, where he's like, here's use the bucket of ice to ice down your marbles. But yeah, so I think they did a good job with it. I know people hate it, but I think cinematography-wise, they did a good job. I think, what's that kid's name? Evan Peters?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Oh,
He
I
did a
love him.
fantastic job of being a horrible human being and someone you don't feel bad for. Like, I felt bad for little Jeffrey Dahmer. I did not feel bad. The moment Evan Peters assumed that character, I was like, you're a terrible person. I feel bad for Evan Peters. He's like the Luke Skywalker of true crime horror. Like, he is never going to play anything that isn't terrifying.
No, I mean, he's in all the American Horror Stories. He's in, he played a couple other movies where he was a,
He's just always played something evil.
He was also in The Office as Michael Scott's nephew.
that's right.
And he
Yep.
was a bastard then, too.
Yep.
Yeah, he's played some different roles.
Yeah, he really has. And then they made the Marilyn Monroe movie, and that's not scary, and I know we're not. I'm not even gonna watch it. Like, do we really need another movie about poor Marilyn Monroe? Can we just let this poor woman be dead and let it go?
And they rated it NC-17 or something.
Yeah, basically the director is just a chauvinist douchebag who made a porn movie. Because that's really all it is.
Well, that's not scary.
It's not scary. I was just mad at Netflix about that.
That's
Okay.
fair. That's fair.
Anyway, isn't she in WandaVision? Who? Marilyn Monroe? No, I believe she's passed away. No, it's Anna de Armas, I think her name is. I mean, from what I've heard, she did a phenomenal job. Anyway, we're moving on.
Yeah.
So what I really wanted to talk about is something I haven't seen yet, and I know it's on Netflix. I know it's out there. We're going to talk about The Watcher. Oh, he's in WandaVision. Evan Peters. Yeah, probably is like Quicksilver, right?
Oh. haven't seen that.
He played that. So he did. That was his one like uncreepy role. Even then, I couldn't look at him as anything else but creepy. Because he was yeah, he was in The Watcher too. I mean, not The Watcher. I'm sorry. He was Quicksilver in X-Men.
I haven't probably seen any of those movies, so
Um,
I'm
not
good.
their best.
I'm not good at that.
None
at
of
the
them were
comic book
good,
movie
really.
Stuff.
Near the end.
No.
I mean, I like comic book movies, but the X-Men ones near the end, they just kind of jumped the shark. Pretty much the minute they sewed Deadpool's mouth shut, it was ruined for me.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about The Watcher. Have you guys heard of this story?
I've heard of it, but I don't know any details.
This is some fucking dedication that you really only find in New Jersey.
That's great.
It's not Chris Christie, is it?
It wouldn't surprise me if it was Chris Christie, to be honest with you, just in the level of weirdness that this story has going for it. So the story really kind of takes off in 2014.
Oh, it's that recent.
Yeah,
All right.
so this couple, they sell their house. And by all accounts, the stories that I've heard is that this had been happening to this couple as well. This thing I'm going to get into. They sell their house and they move away. And they sell it to this young family with kids. The young family moves in and they start getting weird notes in their mailbox. And the weird notes in their mailbox get increasingly more violent.
Ooh.
And the person is basically saying, I'm watching your house. I see that you've got kids. In subsequent notes, they actually name the children. And they keep referring to the house almost as a living thing. Like the house has secrets in its walls and it's, going to come back to its glory now that children are, now that it has young blood in it and shit like that.
Hey.
But the other thing that was really weird is the guy said that his father watched the house before him and his father before him. But what struck me as strange about the whole story, on top of the fucking letters, is that no one else really reported this. But the previous owners did eventually admit, yeah, they were getting those letters too, but they never took them seriously.
Oh.
So I'm trying to find the context of... I'm trying to find one of the letters. Yeah, so here's a piece from one of the letters. Do you need to fill the house with young blood? I requested. Better for me. Was your old house too small for the growing family, or was it greed to bring me your children? Once I know their names, I will call to them and draw them to me.
Yikes.
Yeah, are you fucking serious?
Wow.
Really? And so this went on for a while. And he always signed the letters The Watcher. So eventually they decided, they had to get rid of the house, but they also made the mistake of going public. And so they went, the news found out about it. The police were involved. At one point they had a party for neighbors. And they were just having a party to get welcomed to the neighborhood or whatever and introduce themselves to the neighbors. But they had started getting the letters right around the same time. So they're worried that the people moving into the house, the people coming into their house are actually the Watcher. They're trying to figure out who it is. They wound up investigating their neighbors. They had police in front of their house all the time. And they never found this person. They never found who was writing these fucking crazy letters. And eventually, they wound up selling the house for a huge loss.
Damn.
And the Watcher was still sending letters while they were trying to sell the house. Just all pissed off that they had done renovations to the house and that they were now moving. And they had tenants that moved in. Excuse me. And the tenants moved in and they immediately moved out because the Watcher had, been sending them creepy letters. And then they got other tenants to move in and they were basically under a contract that, if it ever got too much, you could break your lease at any time and just leave. And those tenants, they had big dogs and shit. They didn't care. They were like, fuck it, we'll stay. But eventually, yeah, they wound up selling the house for pennies on the dollar for what they purchased it for. Took a huge loss, and it kind of ruin their lives, really. And it's just crazy to me, like this whole story, because one, it's a really weird, distinct kind of nuts. But even more crazy is just that, like, this was like 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah, I definitely didn't realize it was this recent.
Like, I was an adult with children while this was happening. And it just blows my mind. I remember reading about this story years ago. I think I want to say it was like 2010 or 2011. And I just became fascinated with it. And it's weird to me that all like the weird shit that I was reading about that a lot of people didn't know about when I first heard about it, and now I feel like everyone found out about it around the same time, like around the same time I did, and that's why we're now getting movies about it and movies about all this like weird gross shit that I was like, no one in their right mind would make a movie about that, or Ryan Murphy, who is a executive producer, I think, on this one. Have you guys heard about The Watcher before the last year out there in YouTube land? I don't see any comments coming yet, but I think it takes a while for the comments to get here. While we're waiting, I'm going to read another letter.
Why are they letters and not emails?
That's the weird thing, right? Why are they...
It's 2014. And do they have any footage of somebody putting stuff in their mailbox? Were they mailed?
They were
Postal
mailed,
Service?
and so they tried to
Okay.
track it down through the Postal Service. And I think one of the things that they had discovered is that the DNA on one of the letters was female. But they weren't sure if it was just like, some crazy guy had his, sister who's taking care of him mail it or whatever.
Yeah, but we have one person in the chat.
Thanks, Tiff. I appreciate that. Trudy, I don't know when you got here, but thanks for showing up. I didn't see you before. I just thank everyone who shows up.
Yeah.
Because I know it's a taxing thing to watch a live stream, so thank you. I appreciate your dedication. So the letter continues. This is from The Cut, by the way. They have a pretty good article about the whole thing. It's a really long article, but it's totally worth your time. So this is part of the letter. 675 Boulevard is anxious for you to move in. It has been years and years since the young blood ruled the hallways of the house. Have you found all of the secrets it holds yet? Okay, right then and there, that sounds like the opening to a weird, like, romance novel about a werewolf banging a Dracula in a haunted house.
It almost sounds like an old lady who used to live there and loved her house so much, but then couldn't afford it. And she's like, oh, the lovely children are going to move in. It's so nice. This house is so wonderful. You're going to love it. I'm going to bake you some cookies. Like that kind of creepy grandma, like overbearing grandma vibes almost.
All right, wait. It's going to get creepier. You ready?
Okay.
Here comes Grandma.
Will the young blood play in the basement, or are they too afraid to go down there alone? I would be very afraid if I were them. It is far away from the rest of the house. If you were upstairs, you would never hear them scream. It's like, okay, Grandpa, maybe it's time to put down the cough medicine and go to bed. Like, that's
creepy.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Imagine someone being like, don't go in the basement. No one can hear you scream. But, sir, I'm here to check the meter. All right, so we're gonna keep going here because there's more to this letter. It's a long letter. Will they sleep in the attic, or will you all sleep on the second floor? Who has the bedrooms facing the street? I'll know as soon as you move in.
Wow.
It will help me to know who is in which bedroom. Then I can plan better. I'm sorry, what? What the fuck?
Yo.
How? Like, even if this is a prank, you've already taken it too far. 2 paragraphs in, and I'm done.
Yeah.
This is too much. I feel like this is definitely not a prank. I feel like this is some real shit that some dude is going through.
How old is this house?
I don't know. It's a good
I
question.
read earlier, and it was early 1900s.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like 1910, 1901, something like that.
All of the windows and doors in 657 Boulevard allow me to watch you and track you as you move through the house. Who am I? I am the Watcher, and I have been in control of 657 Boulevard for the better part of 2 decades now. The Woods family turned it over to you. It was their time to move, and kindly sold it when I asked them to. That, to me, sounds like somebody who's fucking just a total psychopath. Like a
Yeah.
total lunatic. Like I don't even want to say psychopath, because psychopaths are a different breed. This is someone with weird delusions. Like, they probably thought it. Like, it's time for you to sell. And then, like, 10 years later they did. He's like, I finally reached him.
Finally got through. Telepathy's really slow, but it works.
It's Evan Peters. He's the Watcher.
Son of a bitch.
I need to make another movie.
Okay. All right. There's just 2 more. Oh, there's just 1 more paragraph. I pass by many times a day. 657 Boulevard is my job, my life, my obsession. And now you are too, Braddis family. Welcome to the product of your greed. Greed is what brought the past 3 families to 657 Boulevard. And now it has brought you to me. Have a happy moving day. You know I'll be watching. Like, what? Why? You maybe get a different
Greed?
job. Get a different job. Push carts at Target. You could do that. And then no one's going to be scared. And you get paid. Because I don't think the house is paying you. Also, it's a house. It's not going anywhere. You don't need to watch it. It's going to be a house.
I saw a
whether
picture
you're
of it. It's a
looking at
pretty hefty house. It's not moving.
It's substantial.
Like, even like a small hurricane or snowstorm. Yeah, it's good.
Apparently, I should start a sex hotline. A creepy, scary sex hotline. Only $1.99 a minute. Sorry for you ASMR fans out there. I didn't mean to give you a boner. I was just doing my thing. Okay, so that was weird. So the people who own the house, Derek and Maria Braddis, they stopped bringing the kids to the house. And then they got another letter basically saying, hey, I noticed that you haven't brought the kids to the house. It's like, I mean, you're fucked at this point.
Yeah.
I think they even started receiving letters at their other house. They went to the post office. Apparently, the family that sold the house also never put up a sale sign. So there was no way, really, for anyone to know other than, the day the moving van showed up. So I don't know. This story is so fucking creepy to me.
Yeah, it is.
And to me, it just doesn't have the feeling of a prank. Like, I guess both the husband and wife who bought the house, I guess they went to, they were DNA tested against the letters.
Oh, to make sure it just wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they even did lie detectors. Hold on, let me see. I don't know if this article will have it.
I wonder what would have happened if they put like a stop on their mail. You know how when you go on vacation, you can say hold my mail at the post office?
Oh, do you
But then
think the
just-
letters?
But just leave the hold on for a month, and then this wackadoo can't get a letter to you.
Yeah. Like, what if you just got
Just fuck with them a little yourself, and
if you canceled your mail altogether and just got a P.O. box?
there you go.
And then they have to leave the letter in your mailbox. They'd have to, like, actually walk to your house. And then you can set up a bunch of Kevin McAllister, like, traps.
Yes. Or what about a webcam? A fucking webcam.
And then it would go from a
honestly.
horror movie to a comedy as you set up a Ring camera and you just allow the watcher to, like, go up your stairs and, like, slip back down the stairs because you covered him in ice. Or you have, like, an iron swing down and smack him in the face at 2 a.m.
Or the heated doorknob.
This would quickly become a hilarious prank show. where the watcher just keeps getting fucked up going to your house.
I like this approach better.
I feel
You
like I
know-
would be more. I wish that we had the foresight to think of this.
Or why didn't they write letters back? You could really troll him.
I don't think there was a return address. I think that was the problem.
Or just, well, if he's watching the house, just be like, watcher, sign, pointing to a little letter. Be
Dear
like,
watcher,
open it up. Fuck you.
Dear watcher, you have a tiny wee wee. Dear watcher, I pooped in the sink. This house means nothing to me. We solved it. We solved it. We solved this
We're so
entire
good.
problem just by slapping some tape on it.
That's all you got to do.
See, nobody
just
can
once.
write us any threatening
Boom.
letters now because we know exactly what to do.
Yeah, they know to expect me to put a thumbtack on the doorbell and then some translucent tape over it to hold it in place. And then when you press the doorbell, oh wait, no, that was Dennis the Menace. I'm sorry. I was mixing up my lovable scamp genres. Anyway, do you guys have any like scary weird shit that you grew up hearing?
That I grew up hearing.
Yeah, like any local legend shit. Every neighborhood has a local legend. Like I know when I was growing up, it was the van. Everyone was worried about the red
Oh
van.
yeah.
Was it a red van? I think it was a red van, a windowless van that,
I think for us it was black. It was a black van. It
Yeah.
had like a pink elephant on it.
a pink elephant.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of those things that's not going to help you kidnap children. Because everyone's going to know, like, that's a weird van.
Yeah, well, I mean, it didn't have to make sense. It just...
That's true. Actually, speaking of that, the vans, I'm not peeing, everybody. I'm pouring, I promise. Oh, yeah, it feels really good. I'm just kidding. Black Phone. Did you guys see that?
What
No,
It's
Black
on
Phone. We
Peacock
haven't.
with Ethan Hawke.
With the smile mask? Is that the one?
Fuck yes.
Okay. We haven't
So
seen that yet.
good. I wasn't sure how I felt about them mixing genres because it's a horror movie and a serial killer movie.
Oh.
It is really fucking good. It's got Ethan Hawke in it and the kid who played Elliot in E.T.
Oh, yeah, Henry Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He's a good
plays a
actor.
dad in it. Yeah, he's a really good actor. It was great. But yeah, Black Phone. If you guys get, Black Phone. I think that's what it's called. If you guys get the chance, you gotta watch it. It's so good.
And that movie, Smile.
Oh,
Seen the
that one
trailers
looks
for that?
so good. I can't wait to see it.
And
have
have
you
you
guys seen the
seen- have you s-
trailer for Smile?
And have you seen the stunts they've been doing?
Yeah, these are the
Yes.
best. Oh my
Dude,
gosh.
that smiling lady at the baseball game,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
etched into my brain.
They were at like every baseball game last Friday night, and everybody was like, "What is that person behind home plate doing?"
Boomer, you bring up something good right there. I think everyone had a little satanic panic. Everyone who was near our age had the satanic panic at some point.
Oh yeah.
We were all worried about satanic ritual abuse. The whole time we were worried about that, no one ever was concerned with fascism. And that's what we wound
Yeah.
up with. So weird, right?
It was always Satan.
Yeah. We were all worried about Satan. And not once did we think, wait, what are the Christians doing? This is getting fucking weird. But yeah, I
Like,
didn't
who is
have a-
this guy that's on late at night, like begging for money and praising Jesus?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why is he on every night? What is this?
Zero evidence for satanic ritual abuse throughout America. Loads and loads of evidence of Christians ripping off people.
Yeah.
Just preying on
Yeah.
the weak.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had satanic stuff in my school. It was in the basement of the school or something that there was like a satanic ritual thing going on down there.
Oh, we just had all the metalheads drawing pentagrams everywhere, but
Yeah. I actually, I went from being one of those like Christian kids that went to church every Sunday to drawing the pentagrams myself.
you'd be like, I don't know what this is, but it's cool.
The minute I discovered that Satan had better music, I was done.
Yeah.
I was on the other
totally.
team.
You're like, wait, Jars of Clay or Slayer?
That's how they get
like,
you.
I'm in.
That's how they get you. It's great. It's glorious.
I remember a friend of mine was telling me, we were talking about like famous people that we had met. And stop me if I've told this story before. We were talking about famous people that we had met. And working in Boston, I had seen a good amount of famous people. There was that period of time where they were making a lot of movies in Boston. Yeah. And then he's like, oh, yeah, one time I was at Six Flags and I saw Jaws of Clay. And I was like, oh, who are the famous people? Because I had no idea what Jaws of Clay was.
So like Jars of Clay playing an amusement park, that tracks.
Yeah, that
makes
tracks. It
sense.
definitely tracks.
That makes sense.
They probably weren't even playing the amusement park. They probably had to pay like full price to get in.
Like, well, you can bring your guitars. If somebody decides to listen, then fine. It's like the guy that shows up to the bar with the acoustic guitar, and you're like,
Tagging for Satan.
I really don't want to listen to this.
That's exactly what we were doing. Tagging for Satan.
Tagging for Satan, yes.
We were just trying to help spread awareness.
And that you could make a 5-pointed star without going, without screwing it up. In one,
you could make a 5-pointed star without lifting the pen.
in
off
one
the
line.
page,
Boom,
and
boom,
that's
boom,
what
boom.
was really important. That's
You
really
could do
where
it.
America. That's what America needed.
That
and the S.
That and the S, yeah.
The
If
S.
you could draw the S.
the S.
And no one can trace the origin of the fucking S.
I used to think it was,
Can I still even do
Oh my
that?
God! Trudy
even
saw
know.
Jaws of Clay at a theme park.
yes.
Did you throw things at them?
Did you throw any jars of clay at them?
Honestly, I shouldn't even make fun of them. I've never heard their music.
No, it was the only Christian band I could think of off the top of my head to compare to
In
Slayer.
POD, Jaws of Clay and POD.
Yes.
In Creed.
And I've seen POD before.
Actually, no, POD wasn't that bad.
No, they were
Were
okay.
they Christian?
I think they were.
No.
They Christian. I don't know if they Christian overtones. I don't know if
Okay.
they were. I don't know. I don't know what makes a Christian.
I know.
band
I feel
anyway.
like Creed was more explicitly Jesus.
I don't even. I think they were just douchey.
I feel like With Arms Wide Open is some kind of allusion to the cross.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, the singer was. I mean, that guy like.
Scott Stapp had all kinds of problems. I
Got-
think at one
that guy
point he
got in
actually
a-
thought he was Jesus.
I mean, that guy got in a fight with Kid Rock on a tour bus over a hooker or something like that. So he wasn't exactly like,
It was a whole Christian rock festival. Trudy, we're learning so much about you in such a short amount of time. I hope we're not offending you with
Yeah,
that.
I was not making fun of Christian rock. I just was trying to make a comparison to Slayer.
Did
I
I
was
do
making
that
fun
right?
of Christian rock, but I respect
You did. Look, you did
Oh,
get
did
the
I
S.
do
That's
right?
it. You
Get
did
the
it
S.
right. You nailed it.
I had to look at the picture. I forgot how to as soon as I saw the picture, I
S.
remembered how to do it.
You know what was embarrassing is I could never figure that shit out. I tried so many times I couldn't do it. I could never figure out how to make the S. I just couldn't handle it.
I always thought it was Twisted Sister, but I was wrong.
Well, yeah, there was a guy who did like an 8-minute documentary, like a short documentary on the origin of it. And apparently no one knows where it came from.
the S.
Yeah. It just showed up.
Oh.
And everybody learned it from someone else. Like everyone he talked to had learned it from someone else.
It's probably in like some 1970s like elementary school math book. It's probably some like basic geometry.
Yeah, it's
shit.
a generational thing. It just got passed
Yeah.
down. But it's just so weird
like
to me.
super obscure.
How did we get on this topic? Oh,
know.
We were talking about Satan with the S.
We were talking about
Yeah,
New
yeah.
Jersey.
Yes.
The S comes from aliens. Tiff nailed it.
It comes from aliens?
Aliens.
Are you sure?
Not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
It's aliens.
Oh, I thought she was talking about the movie.
It's aliens.
No, the S.
I'm such an idiot.
Idiot.
I'm like, really? Sigourney Weaver? That's impressive.
Sigourney Weaver.
That's where it came from. That's how she spells a name. You start
Could
looking
you
up her
imagine all her
autographs.
autographs?
Yeah,
Wait,
all
hold
her
on a sec.
autographs,
Wait,
those
no, I'm not
S's.
done. Hold on.
Tiff, you got me
Sergeant,
again.
you
This
are
is like,
terrible.
this is
Citizens Guide to the Supernormal is the worst podcast ever.
Tiff, this is like the 100th time you've gotten me by telling something that's obviously a funny joke, and I'm just not smart enough to assume to like pick up that it's a joke. I just assume you're serious. I'm like, oh, thank you. Apparently, it came from the movie Aliens. And I'm like,
I love it.
I know she's a smart person, so I would have passed that on. I would have
Oh, of
taken that as a
course,
source.
of
I would have been like,
course.
yeah. Apparently, the big S that we all drew in the '80s came from the movie Aliens. It came from E.T.
There's no S in E.T.
There is if you try harder. Duh.
Oh. Let me think about it.
You keep working on it.
Okay.
The extraterrestrial. Duh.
No, I just meant the two letters ET.
Well,
Only
yeah,
room
I
for
just
two.
I was. It was brevity.
Saj.
It was brevity. I was
Brevity.
just doing it. No, I was just kidding.
It's Yetis. That's what it is.
I actually
Yetis.
forgot what ET
Oh,
stood for,
Yetis.
and then I was just excited when I remembered.
Like, oh, it's for the extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
What about the just the normal terrestrial?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's us. We're,
Oh,
we're, the,
ah.
we're the terrestrials.
I always mess that up.
I'm ashamed. Well, I don't think I have anything else. I just thought it would be fun to talk about those scary stories.
Yeah. No, of course.
I'm thinking the next episode.
We're just getting ramped up. It's
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
recording this on September 30th, so
We're
As
getting
you-
ready for spooky season.
As you
so-
can tell, we did not wait for October to start.
no, we were just
No.
anxious to just get behind the mics, get on the stream.
I think the next episode should be true. Scary stories. And we'll all tell them. So we'll all come with our own scary stories. What do you guys think?
I do have a kind of a short scary
like things
story.
we're scared of.
No,
like
no,
my
like real
grocery bill.
scary stories.
I logged into my 401k today.
Logging 401ks.
I immediately logged out and shut off my computer. And
My
wept
big-
in the corner.
My biggest fear is my cholesterol level.
Oh, that's rough these days.
Yeah, I'm an old man.
Yeah, as we get there. Yeah.
The book, The Black Phone. Oh, it was based on a book. I didn't know that. 20th Century Ghosts. All right, cool. Thank you.
It's based on a book.
Yeah. Well,
See,
no,
I
guess
want
it
to be
might
that
a short
person who's
story.
like, oh, it's different in the book. Like, I want to be the person who reads the book before every. But I don't have time to read the books. But I want to be that person at least once, being like, well, I read the book first.
It's like,
and
oh,
then
I'm ahead of the
this.
game.
There's only
Like the
been-
Harry Potter people who read the book first, and like, Stephen King movies, stuff like that.
There's only been 2 times in my life where I was like, oh, it's different from the book. Fear and Loathing in
I've
Las
never
Vegas.
had that experience.
And every
Yeah.
single person I know has read that book, who's seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Mm.
And then Factotum by Charles Bukowski. That was a terrible movie with Matt Dillon. Oh, Joe Hill wrote it.
He wrote what?
Stephen King's son wrote Black Phone.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
So that makes sense because he's actually, not that I don't like Stephen King's work, but I just appreciate Joe Hill's work so much more because it's so different from what his dad wrote.
mm-hmm.
It's very it's a different kind of horror, I think. It's not as overt. It's more like weird, which I appreciate. All right,
Yeah.
so next episode, we're going to do scary stories. I don't know if it'll be next Thursday or the week after. It's up to you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll-
free.
we'll
I
figure
feel like
some things out.
we should celebrate the Devil season in style. Do we
Yes,
even know
for sure.
what episode is this?
45.
All
I don't think we ever posted 44,
All together?
though.
Like,
Yeah, we've
of all
done-
time?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're getting close to our 50th extravaganza, and we have some special guests lined up for that.
Do we?
We do.
Already?
I've reached out.
I mean, I know I said we should get all the special guests we can.
We've got special
can
guests
get.
from our past,
Okay.
and one who was supposed to be on the show, but for scheduling purposes couldn't make it.
Oh, all right.
And we were very excited about the special guest. And
Oh.
we could never make it work, and now it's going to work.
We got a
because
commitment.
This person
Nice.
agreed, so I'm very excited.
We should try
Are
to
they
get
coming? Are they coming here? Do I have to like serve dinner or something? Or?
No, they will not be
Alright.
coming to your
Oh,
home.
because I was
which
going to
will be
say,
nice.
we can align it to like the Thanksgiving season.
Imagine if we could get all of our special
And-
guests into your house.
In this room? I don't know.
We might want to cover the floor with a tarp because some of them throw up.
Not naming names.
We're not going to name names because it's happened many times. 3 guests.
People are just intimidated by our presence, and
That might be it.
And
I'll tell you though, there have been a couple of shows where I've
like they
definitely
get nervous, and then we're just like we're
Nervous.
not. You know what I mean?
there've been definitely a couple of shows where I've thrown up afterwards. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, you know.
And then there was that one show where you fell asleep on the mixing board.
Yep, there was that one.
This was back when Jordan was a regular before he started working
okay.
nights.
That was the one. That was the one that we did on a Friday, and we're like, we're never doing
we
that
were
again.
Both tore up. We were both in
Yeah,
rough
we're
shape
like,
that night.
we shouldn't be recording right now.
You
That's
fell
what we're saying
asleep,
then.
and that was the same night I threw up in my backyard. All right, well, I'm glad I got to welcome you guys with stories of our drunken overconfidence on the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it. Thank you guys for coming, and I promise, of course, special guests are fun. Telemundo, Kevin, you were one of them. You and Tiff. All right, so we're gonna go, and we're gonna do this again soon, either next week or the week after. So thank you, and I'm not sorry anymore.
No,
No,
don't
you
be
shouldn't
sorry.
be. You shouldn't
Be proud. All right, you guys. Thanks for listening. I'm gonna end the stream now. So, anything else we want to say to the live streamers?
Have them try gross beers. That is something we're gonna do soon, actually.
Oh yeah, no, we got some lined up for Sarge. You think Sarge only tried one beer?
Oh God.
We're gonna have Sarge drinks it and tries to figure out what it is.
I'm really looking forward to it. I think we should do another version of me guessing the name of the beer based on how bad it tastes.
We could do that too.
That's fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We're gonna do that.
But like I said, we're not gonna
soon.
put like ketchup or like something.
No,
like
it's
that.
gonna be real
all gonna
beer.
Be
and I'm just gonna have to
actual
guess
drinks.
the name of the beer. We're really bad at ending the show.
No, well, this is the live stream. I already hit stop button.
Oh, okay, all right.
Perfect on the recording. So.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna do a thing where I am blind taste testing beers. It's gonna be served in cups that I can't see through. They will be opaque, and I will be trying beers.
It'll be fun.
DNR from Oklahoma. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, nothing is worse than pickle beer.
Yeah, I remember that.
Pickle beer. We had pickle beer and crickets.
Yeah, the pickle beer.
Two
That was a little rough.
Two delicacies in Texas, and now I understand why people in Texas are so angry all the time.
Gotta drink pickle beer and
They're like surrounded
eat
by
crickets.
amazing barbecue food, miles and miles of coastline, and they're like, I wonder what this beer tastes like with pickles in it.
While I'm eating crickets.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some. I asked the lady. I bought them at the Alamo. No pickle beer is good. Agreed. I bought the crickets at the Alamo, and the lady at the Alamo was like, we put these in our kids' Christmas stockings. And I was like, after I ate them, I was like, oh, she hates her kids. They don't get coal, they get crickets. Coal is the thing because they don't need the coal in Texas. It's not hot.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's not cold down there in the winter for very long. But there's crickets all the time. And so they're like, I'm going to punish you with a swarm of locusts and crickets, and you're going to have to eat them.
All right, let's go back to this. We got two things. DNR from Oklahoma doesn't gross, but has toe tag toes on the label. It's 10%. So
We need to get that.
yeah, we got to find some of that.
DNR.
DNR.
That sounds like a medical term.
Do not resuscitate.
Oh,
Isn't
yes.
that how it
Yes,
is?
that's what it
Yeah,
means.
with the toe tags.
Because after you drink it, you probably want to die a little bit.
10%'s really. I mean, I've had 11s and
That's high.
12s. 10%'s up there.
Coop Ale Works. That's well, all right.
All pumpkin beer. Oh God, pumpkin beer.
Cheryl, no, I will not drink pumpkin
No.
beer.
I'll drink it with
have-
like the cinnamon rim. I'll have one of those.
If they have-
one of those per fall.
If it has
fine.
like the cinnamon rim, but it has to be professionally done because I've tried it myself and I'm
Fancy.
bad at
Well,
it.
no, you can buy. I saw it at the liquor store. You can buy like the shipyard like circle thing. You just like. Put it in
I
the
don't think
glass.
I'm at the point in my sexual journey when I'm ready to buy rim seasoning.
I mean, it's just. Heyo.
You gotta warn us.
Yeah.
Woo. All right. I'm so sorry. You should be. It was such a nice, clean show.
Oh man, I really hope that this
PG-13.
video is still recording so I can.
Oh, it is. I haven't.
Okay,
I mean, we're still. We're
That
still
one needs
talking,
to live
so-
forever.
Yeah.
Pickle vodka is a different story. I would try that. I would try that.
I mean, you drink pickle and whiskey. The picklebacks.
Oh well, I mean that's a whole thing though.
What's a pickleback?
So you could do it a bunch of different ways. Some places will literally core out a pickle and pour the shot in the pickle.
Oh yeah.
and then you
Oh.
do the shot and then eat the pickle. Other places, you'll have a shot of Jameson or like a good smooth whiskey, and then there'll be a shot of pickle juice. You do one shot of whiskey and then you do the shot of pickle juice, and it counteracts that. Like, if you're one of those people that has like a tough time with whiskey shots, like me, because I'm a giant pussy. Actually, I shouldn't even say that. Pussies are much tougher than I am. The shot of whiskey like just totally smooths it out and it settles your stomach.
Okay. All right.
I think I'd try it out of the pickle. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Just have, like,
it's
a-
really good. So
Let's try that sometime.
Loretta's,
We'll get video of that.
Loretta's on Lansdowne Street used to do them. I don't know if they still do.
So that'd be a good combo.
I did.
It's like olives with vodka. They just all kind of.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's.
I did picklebacks. I did a couple of picklebacks at Loretta's before a Red Sox game once. I was a weird kind of drunk that day, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd do them before a baseball game, but
Breathe in your nose and out through your mouth after a shot. No, I've tried that. I still want to throw up when I'm done breathing.
I don't know. In my refined age, I just sip the whiskey and don't.
Ugh,
do the
tequila
shots.
picklebacks? I don't know if I'm ready for that. You can also do a pickleback with vodka. That's a big thing in Poland, from what I understand.
Oh,
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Pickles are a part of the culture, as you know.
I would think you'd use cabbage instead. Pour it in a little thing of cabbage.
Yeah.
Oh no, pickles are big too.
It's a lettuce wrap.
Pickled anything. A lettuce.
A lettuce wrap shot. Oh, gross. All right, well, I guess we're going to let you guys go and live your lives now.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
for
you
hanging
for
with us,
joining.
though.
Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah,
This
it
was
was
actually
fun.
a lot of fun.
Oh, my camera went out again. Camera keeps dying on me.
I feel like you're doing that on purpose just so people can't see your face, man.
No, I'm not. I already turned it off and on. And
Wait, where'd you go? You disappeared. Like you're not even in here.
Borschtbacks?
No, I'm still there. It's just black.
Boomer, is that a
I'm
real
kidding.
thing? Borschtbacks?
Black.
I got to try that.
I think the battery might have died on my camera. I'm using my external camera. Yeah. No.
All right,
There I
well-
am. Hey.
All right, well, we're going
All
to
right.
leave. Thank you so much for watching. We love you.
Peace.
Thank you for hanging out.